says, I don't think Euro gets hate. I mean, is there Euro hate? Like, there was Maguire hate or Rashi hate or Sancho and so on and so forth, Pogba. It's just Qaeda media. Ian GK says, we're ending Villa's streak. Patrick Itati says, but Zuhum, Eze was our only best player. We had the whole first half. I think he was shit, to be honest. The Hermano Show 9957 says Saddam is cooking, very objective. Maji Chafu says Arsenal as a team are really good. You just need everyone firing if you really want that title, which is true. Our attack really needs to click right now, especially when our defense is struggling. Hermano Show says Zuhum, name your starting 11. For me, my starting 11 when everybody is fit is
against
David
any
Raya,
opposition.
Against any opposition. Champions League final. Who do I want to play? Sal.
No, Champions League final is a one
Champions
game.
League final.
Tell
Who
me
do
a
I want
league.
to play?
Tell me a league.
The biggest
a team that can win every single game.
Biggest
Champions
game
League final,
of the
you can
season.
tell me based on a certain
The
opposition.
biggest game of the season.
Tell me a
in my
league.
opinion.
Tell me a league.
No, the biggest game of the season. You want the best team to play.
No, tell me
The
a
best
team.
Players.
Listen, tell me a team that can win against 19 teams.
Oh my God. Okay.
Regardless, not a final.
Sal, for your sake, David Raya, Urian Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Eze, Havertz, and Saka. That's my first 11.
That team can beat any team.
That team can beat
regardless.
anything. Yeah, can beat any team. And I would also want them in a final. Hermano says the only position that Liverpool had to alternate was the 9 because of Jota and injuries. Gyoktua is stiff as fuck. Bro makes me respect Darweezy. Fair enough. But then if you go through Darweezy's misses, at least someone doesn't take those shots in the first place. Zuhum, there is a lack of belief in your team from your explanation. I don't think there is. I think our team
lack of belief, he means the fact that this person cannot do certain things. So
yes,
you lack belief in your players.
Limitations, not belief. For example, I don't think Martinelli is going to be the technical Messi dribbler. I don't think that's a lack of belief. I think that's just logical. Don't you think that's logic?
It's not logic.
It's not logic.
It's lack of belief.
Okay, fair enough. Hopefully, Kobe Mainu can be like Yaya Toure one day. Don't lack belief, man. Zakopio says, my take, Arsenal's problem is mentality. You've got one of the toughest squads in the league, but if this is your consistency, you're not getting over the line. If you look at Spurs, our coach plays not to be beaten. The mindset is the issue here. Good luck to them, but Arteta got to get their heads right. Everyone wants to win, but you've got to want to. The last bit, I definitely agree. Gashisha says Arsenal should have bought Ollie Watkins instead of Gyökeres. Now should be looking at someone like Beto. Actually, if we bought Ollie Watkins and he missed the chances that he did against us, I would be losing my mind right now. He's just not clinical enough. I think Saddam doesn't know why Marino plays as a striker. I would agree. Wilfred Morizi says, when you hit Saddam with facts, he spits, I don't care, or it doesn't matter. He just needs to understand. Not all conversation is banter. Come with facts and explain. Jagemia says, damn, the great Gyoktua gets a spot on the bench. Yeah, he really does. Until he figures himself out. Like, I think the Gyökeres issue isn't... Rival fans might say he's shit now, which is fine. I'm saying he's not great now. He's not good now. But then we started the first season we had with Havertz, where everybody was like, yo, that was the worst signing of the season. And I was like, well, let's not jump the gun a bit too much. And then what does he do? He springboards us with an amazing second half of the season to an almost title. We finished with our highest ever goals scored in a league for Arsenal in Premier League history. And that's higher than the, what do you call them? The Invincibles. And then he does what he does in the second season after. I think, I wouldn't jump the gun and call him out just yet. He still needs to adapt to us in as much as we're adapting to him. So let's see. Anyway, Man City, in my opinion, they won a game where they, like everybody expected them to win. They had none of the XG, which is essentially why I expected them to win that game, because they missed, Crystal Palace missed clear-cut chances, but they also had a lot of injuries. Chelsea won a game at home against Everton. Cole Palmer back. He might have a role to play in how the top 4 finishes. So that's going to be an interesting addition back to their team. Spurs losing to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is suddenly away. Going to be a tough place to go to. Right? Yeah. Suddenly it's going to be a tough place to go to.
And that's the thing. I think there are certain players and managers who are just meant for mid-table teams.
And certain
And I
kind
think
of teams.
and I think they
Certain
just
kind of
thrive there. And I think any once they start playing for top teams or they start managing top teams, they just lose it. I think Moyes being one of them, he's fantastic for a team that has almost no expectations, right?
Right.
He won them the Conference League, right, with West Ham.
Yeah.
He's doing really well right now at Everton, and the same thing with Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank at Brentford was unstoppable. Like, as in on his day, he Brentford away was a task for everyone.
They were a problem.
I remember, I think they beat us at Old Trafford like almost 2 seasons in a row, if I'm not wrong. I think Thomas Frank, what he did at Brentford, I think it's environment. Again, he is respectfully a mid-table manager, and I think we get carried away. We see someone who's mid, doing really well at a small team, and we think, you know what, maybe this guy can party a big team. It never happened.
Now,
same thing with players. We have so many players who thrive in mid-table teams.
I think
man like
Spurs,
Isak is meant for a mid-table team. I think he's a good player, but he's meant for a mid-table team.
I wouldn't say that.
Isak is, bro.
I wouldn't say that. Liverpool obviously won their game against Brighton, but Brighton missed chances. Brighton missed a lot of chances, and that game could have gone either way. But regardless, Ekitike is the best example of a signing going right.
Yeah,
he's probably the only striker signing that's hit the ground running. Really, if you compare, for example, Wissa, Woltemade, and all these other guys, they just haven't gotten off to a great start.
Woltemade isn't as bad.
He's not as bad, but I'm just saying
Wissa, Sesko,
I mean, Woltemade scored an incredible header. I know, but for like when you take a step back and look at all the signings, the one has fit the profile and started well and fit the team well and assimilated well is Ekitike. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and that's despite being dropped for a record signing. Some games he should have started, and they decided Saka and does nothing.
So what really frustrated me over the weekend when I take a look at social media and I just take a wider look of it is how takes flip-flop, right? What I don't like is how last weekend guys are like, hey, Man City 5-4 against Fulham. Nah, man, I think there's something wrong with the City side. I don't know, man. I just don't see them challenging Arsenal.
Moody was saying,
and that's wrong in my opinion, because first of all, teams are for whatever reason, teams are struggling, right? In different ways, for injuries, form, adjustments to a new league, signings, and so on and so forth. But all of those things put together have made this the most competitive league I've seen in a while. If you look at the league table, if you look at first up until 15th, it's low gap. You look at where you guys are compared to 13th or 15th, it's a small gap.
We won and we would be 5th.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which means it's very competitive. And then you have teams like Sunderland and Aston Villa who are just living, like especially Aston Villa, living on the edge of XG. And they're not where they're meant to be, but they are. Regardless, they're there. And then, so they flip-flop. Arsenal win their game. Arsenal lose their game against Aston Villa. And then Arsenal then win against Wolves. And then, obviously, Crystal Palace lose to City. Guys are like, hey, City are about to go on a run again. And the same guys that say City are about to go on a run again were 3 weeks ago saying, I don't know if this is the same City that could go on.
It's not the same city. It's not the
same city. So can we just, tukuenam simamo, like, my simamo is, it's fucking November, it's fucking December, it's fucking January, like, we're still 2 points ahead, we're still 3 points ahead. Like, even if we go 5 points clear, we're still 5 points ahead. If we go 8 points clear, like, it's still fucking January, it's still fucking Feb. We don't know what's going to happen, right? I still think we'll win the league, but that's what I feel will happen. You get it? That's not necessarily my prediction or how things will. That's what I feel will do.
But I think most logical people generally know Man City will win.
That's fine, and that's fine. If that's what the majority say, that's fair enough. But I just hate how we can't have one, like, not necessarily one unified stance. One person can't have one stance and stick to it. Everybody just switches. So, for example, Kiarie was here last week talking about, it's crazy how Arsenal fans were looking at Man City, and they were looking at if City lose these certain games, they might be 8 points clear. My guy, you were the same guy that thought you were going to be 8 points clear of Arsenal. So, like, first, guys, look inwards and just accept that it's far too early to even rule out Liverpool. It's far too early to even rule out Liverpool, in my opinion.
To be quite realistic, if you're not ruling out Liverpool, you can't rule out Man United. And to be honest,
Whatever,
it's Man City, maybe Chelsea.
I think if I were United,
But then again,
I'd be
Chelsea,
happy.
damn.
If I were United, I'd be happy with a top 4 finish back in the Champions League with the big boys and the money that you would need. Like, bro, let's be happy, especially because the money that you spent, you're a bit tight right now. You get what I mean?
But we make money.
You're talking about January and nobody's saying anything about signings. You guys are talking about changing formation instead. It just tells me, Muko, ration mode. You're rationing through that tough period. And I get it. You just spent a lot of money. So, for me, what I'm saying to people is, if Arsenal aren't going to be consistent enough, say that now. Don't then say City are not going to be consistent enough when they stumble.
But that's
in
unfair.
January
You
or
want
December.
people to react based on things that haven't happened. If you lose 2 games in a row, right? Sports is an emotional sport. People make opinions based on that's why it's special. Like, you've lost today, we want to know how you feel about this loss today. We don't care about your logical explanation 2 days later. Maybe you tell us badai, but
it's not about that. It's about how are we going to talk football? Are we going to be irrational and flip-flop like we're bipolar week in, week out?
No.
Or are we going to have consistent conversations like, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Let's accept that this is happening. Or this is a surprise that this is happening.
You can be logical and emotional. I think
if you're emotional, you're more likely to be illogical. It's very unlikely that you will be emotional and logical. Which is why we have your opinions.
Okay.
Anyway,
before we end, there's a video that I want us to play. Producer Kiarie, let me know when it's ready, because people are saying, oh, Najua, you're just talking bad about Gor Mahia. This is the goal that they conceded. Sorry, this is the goal that they scored. The last time they won a game, I think it was against against Tusker, right? I sent you a video. I think it's being shown right now. I think it's Opondo. I think it's a keeper, right? Bro, look at this goal. Look at like you want to tell me this day and age, keeper anakanyanga nyoka, like you're missing a ball and the pass, there was no pressure, there was nothing, it was a long long pass. It wasn't like a short pass where like he was caught up. He could see the ball coming and then he just let the ball go in. And this is because we started now documenting videos. You don't tell me Gor Mahia is over 21 titles of Mishinda over those so many years.
Of course, there's definitely scandals, bro.
Exactly,
I have
my
no
point.
doubt in my mind. But then, then you're opening up a can of worms that nobody really wants to open. What about the scandals, for example, that we already know about? Juventus, Inter Milan.
They were stripped off.
Yeah, that's what
Juve
I'm saying.
was stripped off.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're guilty, you're 21 tukisema leo tuna audit. If we're going to audit Gor Mahia today, we remove all these funny goals. Bro, they have maximum maybe 5 titles. Tusker last year won the league, right? Was it a scandal?
Not really. Tusker last year didn't win the league.
Was there?
Can you please?
Police won, right?
Yeah.
Did we see any?
Yes, we did.
Funny own goals.
Yes, we did.
We
did, bro. We saw, for example, Sofapaka against Gor Mahia. Like, for example, Gor Mahia being given like 2 or 3 offside goals in a game they really should not have won.
So Sofapaka against Gor Mahia.
Yeah.
During the title race.
So for example,
Gor Mahia was being favored.
Yes, and they still lost.
So Nona.
There's so many things, bro. Like, there's match fixing, bro. Like my brother said, there was like match fixing scandals at Nairobi City Stars, and they were caught. Players were caught, and the people paying those players were also caught in a heist, in a sting operation by the police.
Oh, I saw that. I remember the exposure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even our number 1 keeper.
Of course, he's not our number 1 anymore. But
but our former keeper.
I mean, there's no excusing that.
Who's number 1? Opondo is number 1. The guy who just let go Sonona. Bro, how do we get out of the hood?
We're not getting out of the hood. I don't know why anybody was under the impression that we are getting out of the hood.
So, Tutam.
We are, bro, it's so bad. It's so bad. We are stuck in here, man. I'm telling you. It's peaks. It's peak and it's cheeks.
So how do we passionately, we want to support our local teams, right?
I don't know, man. Like, it's just...
Since Hamudi went to Tanzania, have you ever gone to a local game?
Nah. I haven't, bro. Like, it's not just the whole, like, turning out for a game and whatnot. It's like, even like how accessible these games are. Like, bro, you want to go to a game and it's held all the way in, like, Machakos. I have to travel out of the city.
There's no water there.
There's some games at Nyayo. There's some games at Nyayo. It's actually quite. It's flourishing. There's some games at Nyayo and Kasarani, but even then, when you go to Kasarani, right, it's not a very good experience. I know it doesn't happen all the time. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it can happen that tear gas is thrown or something.
But tear gas, it's only one team. I rarely see Shabana versus Tusker. Is that tear gas ever? No.
Bro, do Kenyan players want to go for Kenyan Premier League games? I remember Nairobi City Stars went for a game at Kasarani against Mahia. What happens in their locker room when they go back? My brother's phone is and a bunch of people in the locker room's phone, they're stolen. You know, like there's so many things that we need to change before we ever even think about becoming a proper footballing nation. Even the way we think about football, man. It's sad.
So Talanta Stadium after AFCON, do you think we should like change it to just a concert?
Olympics, I don't know.
We just make it like
concerts happening there all the time anyway.
No, Talanta, what?
There's concerts happening there all the time, right?
Where? Not Kasarani.
That's in those sides, in Gong Road sides.
Oh. Yeah, by the way, it's just next to Kinama's house.
Yeah.
Do you think they should just make it a...
I mean, Kiarie, ask Kiarie. He's the expert there. Anyway, shall we call it?
Yeah.
It's been a lovely, lovely period, guys. Thank you very much. We're going to be on like thongs.
Let's stick on Monday because... wait, are we playing on Monday? Again? Finally, man. This is a game on Monday. But no, the Fulham and Nottingham. No one cares. But there's also KCB and Shabana. On Monday, 4 p.m.
All right. So...
prediction, Aston Villa, Man United?
I think there's Liverpool, Spurs.
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, 8:30.
Liverpool win. Arsenal, Everton away. That could be
11 p.m. kickoff on a weekend is also not bad.
It's not bad. But, you know, I just don't like the fact that we don't have early kickoffs anymore.
I mean, it is. We have a kickoff Thursday.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, like, so it's from 3:30 to 1 a.m.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So we have Newcastle Chelsea as early kickoff, which is also a very good game.
Very good game. I think Newcastle gets something from that game.
Newcastle away for the first... Nani is not there. Kayseri is not there, right?
Yeah.
Oof.
Still misses that game.
They're going to get touched in the midfield.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to get touched up. I mean, you have Joe Linton and these men. I don't know if there's any injuries, but, you know, just the overall mentality of Newcastle is we're going to bounce you guys.
I have a crazy prediction. I think by 8 p.m., Man City are top of the table until May.
All right, interesting. I think they'll go top of the table. They're playing West Ham at home. There's no doubt in my mind that they go top of the table.
And I
but
think
we reclaim it with a really nice 10-0 win against Everton.
Well, so Everton, what profile
Everton
players
have
do
a
you
lot
put?
of injuries.
So what type of players do you put now?
I think it's going to be a transitional game. Martinelli is the right game for them. And Gyökeres. No, that's the right game for them. So, yeah.
Versatile FC.
Versatility, bro. Utility. Park Ji-sung
FC. So
FC,
we won with 1 Park Ji-sung. You want to win the league with 11 Park Ji-sung.
Nah, just like 4 and 5 world-class players. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't already. I can see there was a very nice concerted effort into doing that already, and we'll see you guys next week. As you know, we've been threadbare today. Squad depth issues, but our versatility will be back when we are back next week. And up until then, enjoy your December.